What a difference, Mom. What a difference, eh?
I was on the verge of ringing in my ears. I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
And you should feel good because it's your Feel Good Breakfast Show on a Tuesday morning. Just gone 7 o'clock. We're live, large and in charge. Welcome to it. Thanks for joining us at the start of a brand new day. My name is Katlego, my boy. Graham Richards, how are you doing?
In the house, I'm good, man. I'm always good when I see you, man. Always good when I see these beautiful faces and get to connect with you on, I would imagine, quite a pensive day for many young people. Went back to school yesterday. I had to spare a thought. I was feeling anxious about kids returning to school. Think about it, you've got a lot of work to catch up on. There's all sorts of new rules, the new normal, social distancing. Our grade 7s and our grade 12s would have gone through that. I think a very different experience yesterday going back to school, very brave. So well done to those who did go back to school. But really, really interesting time. So we can certainly empathize with those who have had to take this brave step forward. But we've got to do it. You've got to finish your school year.
And like you said, there's a lot of tension, a lot of mixed reactions and feelings about what's going on at school. How do I now interact with my classmates, with my teacher, with my friends?
Can't play footy with my mates anymore.
Exactly, that kind of stuff. So maybe let us know on our social media platforms today, what was yesterday like heading back to school for you as a parent? Maybe it was a nerve-wracking experience. Talk to us. We'd love to connect with you. And of course, whenever you do connect with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, #Expresso Show.
A very good morning to you, team. A good morning to you, Jamie. How are you doing?
Good morning. Very good. I'm feeling the Tuesday chills a bit. But absolutely loving having the entire team in the studio. Us boys looking so fresh to death for this Tuesday morning. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yesterday was back to school, right? So my niece went back to school yesterday. She was so excited. And that's exactly what we want to know from you guys. With some schools across the country reopened for senior learners, is your child back at school? How was their first day? And use the #Expresso Show. I know that a lot of schools have gone back, obviously. And namhlanje on the show, I'll be talking to principal of Enyanga High School, Mr. Kulile Kamata, which is going to be really interesting because they've done so much work to prepare for this moment. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely, as well as the educators also having to go back. So let us know your experience, also to the parents. If you have a little bit of anxiety, how you're feeling with sending the kids back. The house might be a bit quiet now with them back at school, but let us know once again on the social media platforms. But right now, we're going to head over to this news headlines with Kat.
2 minutes past the hour on this Tuesday morning. Right now, let's take a look at those news headlines. On the national news front, schools across the country reopened yesterday after more than 2 months since President Cyril Ramaphosa introduced the national lockdown. Minister of Basic Education Angie Motshekga visited 3 schools in Ekurhuleni to inspect and ensure readiness. She expressed her satisfaction with the measures in place to implement social distancing and basic hygiene. Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi said 85% of Gauteng teachers reported for work on the first day of schooling for grade 7s and grade 12s. The government's plan is to have pupils return to class in a phased approach to prevent schools from becoming possible hotspots. Now, the Hospital of Hope at the CTICC in Cape Town started admitting its first COVID-19 patients yesterday, exactly 1 month after work on the site first began. Now, 10 patients were admitted to the new facility and additional beds will be activated in a phased manner until the entire hospital is fully operational. The temporary hospital is the largest COVID-19 field hospital in Africa. Meanwhile, the first 20 ventilators, part of a donation of 1,000 ventilators donated by the United States government, have been installed at the Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital in Soweto. On the international news front, Democrats yesterday kneeled in silence in the United States Congress as they observed an 8-minute, 46-second tribute to George Floyd and other Black Americans, quote, who have unjustly lost their lives. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was joined by lawmakers in Congress's Emancipation Hall, named in honor of the slaves who helped erect the U.S. Capitol in the 18th century. The tribute, held as the Democrats prepared to unveil a police reform proposal, was an acknowledgement of the time a white police officer pinned his knee on the neck of the 46-year-old George Floyd, whose death has unleashed mass protests against racial injustice. Now, health workers in Northwest Democratic Republic of Congo yesterday began administering vaccinations after the country's 11th known outbreak of Ebola erupted last week. 6 people out of 12 cases had been recorded died of the much feared virus since June the 1st. The outbreak coincides with a waning epidemic in the east of the country, where 2,280 have died since August of 2018. Health Minister Eteni Longondo said they had started to vaccinate as priority medical personnel and people who have been in direct contact with confirmed cases. And now news of an exceptional achievement in the medical field. The first female black South African plastic surgeon to qualify from the Stellenbosch University and in the Western Cape, Dr. Mosadi Mahoko, has won the Jack Penn Medal for the best result in South Africa for the 2019 final plastic surgery examinations. The award is particularly meaningful as it has only been awarded twice since its inception in 1995. 37-year-old Mahoko, a registrar in the Division of Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery at the university's Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, says the award was, quote, a complete unexpected surprise. Due to COVID-19, she was unfortunately denied collecting the medal and certificate at the ceremony. She said it would have been wonderful to walk on stage and receive the great accolade. Mahoko, who was raised in Mahikeng, says her role model was her mother, the late Professor Sophie Mahoko, former Dean of the School of Health Sciences at the University of Venda. The secret to her success, she says, was hard work, dedication, and passion for what you do. Now be sure to catch our live interview with Dr. Mahoko a little later on in the show. And finally, taking a quick glimpse into the world of entertainment this morning, the current surge in the Black Lives Matter movement has led to shows of solidarity from all corners of the globe. Now, one of the latest examples of this is a collaboration between Mzansi's hip-hop whiz kid Nasty C and American rapper T.I. on their new track titled They Don't. The powerful new song addresses racial injustices in the wake of police brutality. A lyric video was released on Friday featuring the lyrics flashing across a dark screen that reveal the words "Stop Killing Us" in the background. References are made to George Floyd, whose death in police custody at the hands of Derek Chauvin are the main catalyst for the ongoing unrest. Emmett Till, a 14-year-old African-American boy who was lynched in 1955 after being accused of offending a white woman in her family's grocery store, and Breonna Taylor, who died this past March after being shot 8 times in her own home by police. Now, all the proceeds raised from the track will go toward the social justice organization Until Freedom and the Solidarity Fund for COVID-19 relief response in South Africa. Well, on that note, that's it. That's all we have for the news on this Tuesday morning. Right now, let's take a first look at the weather.
Thank you so much, Kat. Happy Tuesday to all of you. And as always, we've asked you to send through your sunrise pictures and videos this morning. Now, our very own fitness expert, Raul Demorny, couldn't wait to get back out in nature for a hike as soon as the trails opened in level 3 of lockdown. And he captured this amazing video of the mother city where evening rain can be expected, reaching a high of 19 degrees. Raul says the moments of isolation have given him a new appreciation for the beauty of South Africa. Another one came through from Kelly Struble, wishing us a good morning with the sunrise picture of the gorgeous golden sun rising from Newcastle in KwaZulu-Natal. Now, Newcastle can expect plenty of sunshine today, reaching a maximum temperature of 23 degrees. Thank you to both Raul and Kelly for sending in your sunrise pictures and videos. We hope you have a fantastic start to the morning. Now, Western Cape in for 3 days of cold weather, heavy rains and gale force winds expected. Residents in the Western Cape should prepare themselves as an extensive cold front is expected to bring heavy rain and strong winds from this evening until Thursday. The cold front will result in strong to gale force coastal and interior winds, heavy rainfall, extremely cold conditions and rough seas. Now, Cape Town Metro Disaster Management says all of the Metro emergency services and outside agencies will be ready for any situation. Now, in the meantime, residents have been advised to remove leaves and other objects that could cause blockages in gutters or water drains, and also to keep their pets warm and dry. On that note, let's take a look at the temperatures for the rest of the country. day. Starting off with Polokwane, your low is 6, peaking at 22 degrees. Plenty of sunshine can be expected for you, Mbombela, ranging from 9 to 26 degrees. Hazy sun with a light northerly breeze of 9 kilometers per hour expected for you, Pretoria, ranging from 6 to 20 degrees. Johannesburg, 5:19. Mahikeng, 8:22. And then mostly sunny conditions for you, Klerksdorp, with a low of 6 and a peak of 22. Kimberley, 8:22. And a cold start to the day for you, Bloemfontein, ranging from 3 to 20 degrees. Richards Bay, 16:26. Pietermaritzburg, 9:25. And then an abundant morning sunshine, followed by hazy sunshine in the afternoon for South Africa's playground, Durban, with a minimum temperature of 15, peaking at 24 degrees. Mthatha, 7:25. And the highest temperature in the country can be found in East London, with a low of 19, peaking at 30 degrees. Sunny and breezy conditions expected for Cradock with a low of 8 and a high of 24, and then partly sunny with a gentle northerly breeze of 18 kilometers per hour expected for Port Elizabeth, ranging from 13 to 29 degrees. George, 11:29, Sutherland, 4:17, and then some evening showers expected for the mother city, Cape Town, with a low of 13 and a high of 19. Worcester, 9:23, and then a moderate northerly breeze of 26 kilometers per hour can be expected for Uppington, with a low of 11 and a high of 27. But of course, whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, happy Tuesday to all of you.
Pharmadynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.
Now, while grade 7 and grade 12 learners in the Western Cape have been back at school since last Monday, the rest of that group of learners nationwide returned yesterday, and they are navigating a vastly new normal right now. Now, in order to give some motivation to those who are feeling uncertain about the return, we now turn our attention to famous author Dr. Seuss, which was, of course, the pseudonym for American writer and illustrator Theodore Seuss Geisel. Now, many of us were introduced to the colorful and fun world of literature and rhyme through his popular titles such as The Cat in the Hat, Green Eggs and Ham, Horton Hears a Who, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas, if you even remember, a movie was made about that. Now, receiving a special Pulitzer Prize in 1984 for his contribution over nearly half a century to the education and enjoyment of America's children and their parents, he certainly has instilled the love of fanciful stories in many children worldwide. And he once had these words to say.
You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. Simple,
right?
Yet
that's so
profound.
Dr. Seuss. I feel like you need to put like a light-hearted, whimsical voice to it.
Okay.
You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose.
There we go. Makes even much more sense, Kat. Thank you so much for that.
Take that into your Tuesday and feel inspired.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Welcome to it. Let that sound fill your heart with joy, especially if it's your birthday. It's that time of the show where we wish you, our loyal and most loved viewers at home, a very, very happy birthday. And you are in pretty good company today. You share your special day with some pretty famous faces. One of them's got to be one of the biggest film stars in the world, and for a number of decades now he's been at the top. He's turning 57 years old today, which might surprise you just a little bit. It's Johnny Depp.
Can you believe it?
Unbelievable.
57 years old.
Hey, doesn't look a day older than 57.
Rude.
He's an awesome actor. Absolutely love him. American actor and musician, you might not know. Played so many memorable characters over the years, including, of course, in Pirates of the Caribbean films, Jack Sparrow. He's a Golden Globe nominee. He's been listed as the third highest grossing actor worldwide. He recently pledged his his name and cause to the fight against racism as protests continue around the world. So we certainly applaud him and salute him for doing that. So happy birthday, you legend, man.
What a legend. Happy birthday. Now time to celebrate your birthdays, because you are special and you are celebrating your birthday today. Here's one sent in by a mother. The mother's name is Akona Kyalana. This one is for Linati Kyalana. Let's take a look.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Linati. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now? 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 God bless you today. God bless you today. God bless you today. God bless you today. Hip hip hooray. Happy birthday, Renat.
With the little hand.
Birthday.
The little toddler coming. You could hear something was going on there. She's like a little bit distracted.
Toddlers, it's like the song's gotta end at some
cutie
point.
pie. We
Linati
won't
turns
ask
8.
how old you are today.
It's 8.
We won't ask.
8 years old Linati turns today. But this one is Jean or Jean, the best mum and gran anyone could ask for. Happy 60th birthday. That's for Jean. Of course, may the Lord above spare you to see many more wonderful years. We love you to the moon and back. Love always. This is from Robin and Isabel. Happy 60th.
And what a milestone. And then bring on that cuteness. Happy 3rd birthday to my son, Lulo Nagaya, rather. May God continue to bless him with many, many more years to his life. Hang in there, champ. Have an awesome day. And then each day I am learning to not take life for granted, to take it as a blessing, to work towards things that will make the world a better place for all. I'm thankful to God for these years of my life on this earth, and I am hoping and praying for more years to come. I wish myself a very happy 26th birthday. Happy birthday to Bang from us.
It's beautiful. And then Mohammed coming through with a happy birthday celebration there. Happy birthday to my phenomenal husband and father, to our boys, Mohammed Taslim. We wish you every success in the future and hope you have a lovely day. This is with love from Zuleika, Mohammed Sudais, and Abdullah. Happy birthday. Then we've got a 9th birthday in the house. It's Sohan's birthday today. He turns 9. It says here, happy 9th birthday and abundance of blessings to our big boy, Sohan Naidu SJ. You are our joy. Love from mummy and daddy. Happy birthday. Look at that. The style.
And then let's close it up with the slick fella over here, wishing my friend Olwetu Matakata a glamorous birthday. Does look pretty glamorous there. And another year of looking fabulous. Enjoy your special day, brother. And that's coming to you from all of your friends at Ikasi. Happy birthday, Olwetu. I hope you have a fantastic day. In fact, everyone who haven't been able to get through today, please have a very special day. I hope you get spoiled rotten today. And if you've got a birthday message, then you've got to send it through to us. You can send us birthday videos to 071 640 609 and you can email your birthday wishes to birthdays@cordova.tv.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're celebrating your birthday today, if we called out your name or not, we are making cheesecake this morning with Kat to say happy birthday. Kat Factor!
I was so excited, I was about to just pounce on that. Cut back there, yes! And then there was, that little break that happened.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, it is your birthday today, and you don't always have to celebrate your birthday with a cake. Sometimes a mouth-watering pudding will do just the trick. And winter is the perfect time for something sweet and indulgent. So how about trying out this no-bake cheesecake pudding that Chef Clem has whipped up for us? And this pudding can be broken into four actions. There's the crushing, there's the mixing, then there's the layering and the sprinkling, all of which are delicious. Very simple, plus it's loaded with Woolies sweet biscuits as well. Oh, I'm so excited. You've become quite the cake boss very recently there.
I just feel like everything should just be a cake.
How about it?
Yeah.
How about it?
And also, I feel like we don't celebrate enough in life. You waking up this morning?
Celebrate!
You just had a glass of water.
Celebrate!
I don't know, like what else?
I mean, I'm looking at your face. Celebrate!
Why not?
It's a vibe.
It is a vibe. Waking up positive every morning and celebrating. I mean, imagine how amazing your day would just be if you just wake up every day celebrating.
And celebrate!
And what do you need to celebrate? You need cake. So we're making some cake this morning.
I love it so much.
It's amazing.
I love it so much.
So
and this looks absolutely good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, cheesecake brings back great memories. When I was in high school, I used to work at a restaurant where I would use up my earnings as a runner that we get tipped from the waiters for cleaning their tables. And every Sunday, after the Sunday lunch that we get for free, after working a whole week, I treat myself with cheesecake.
I like that.
Like, that would be my ultimate reward for the week. Like, you worked hard during the week cleaning tables. Now you can have some cheesecake.
Was it baked cheesecake?
It was... Yes, it was baked.
Yeah.
It was baked cheesecake.
So this guy is not a baked cheesecake. It's more of like a fridge-set cheesecake.
Yes.
But it's still going to be extremely delicious.
It looks so good.
So it starts off like all cheesecakes should and do. We're using some cream cheese, and that's going to go into our bowl. There's 2 tubs in here, and that's going to give you that tanginess, that creaminess, that texture.
Are we at room temperature right now with that cream cheese? That's
you should be.
Right?
It's a little chilly, but you should be at room temperature. As we know, when you're baking or when you're working with like sweet ingredients like this, having everything at the same temperature means it all comes together evenly and like more consistently. So we've got the tang, the twang, the creaminess from our cream cheese.
Lovely.
Need a bit of sweet. So we're gonna go with condensed milk.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
I feel like when I have these cooking segments, I should just have a backup of music ready for me because that was a moment.
With that,
Was it not?
Is that the soundtrack to Condensed Milk?
That's the condensed milk soundtrack. For sure. You should wait till we do the chocolate soundtrack.
It's gonna be lit.
Send the kids to the room. Just joking. No, I'm just joking. Just joking. Don't do that. Okay, so we got the sweetness from the condensed milk and the cream cheese is in there. What I'm gonna do now is add some cream to it. That's just gonna help it set beautifully and add more creaminess to it. So the reason we're making this dessert today is because if you go to Woolies right now, you get any 2 rusks, any 2 biscuits, and you get 20% off. That means you get
any 2 rusks, any 2 biscuits, 20% off.
So I've been talking about these waffle rusks. Last week was a Rusk week officially.
Yes.
So we're talking about these waffle rusks. We actually had them here today. So I mean, if you're going into the store now, you can actually go and check them out.
Oh, wow.
It's a legit waffle that they dry out and make a rusk out of it. It's so good.
I love the idea of that because who doesn't love waffles? Who doesn't love rusks? Put them together. Celebrate! You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now we're going to mix this together.
Okay. So it might be a little bit messy at the start.
It's going to be a little bit messy. And again,
you want to be slow. You want to be slow to start off with.
Try and get it all at room temperature because you're not going to miss if you do that. But me, I'm just in it for the adventure.
There we go then. Once it starts getting combined, then it's, there we go. We're done. No more spillage. No more drops.
One-handed.
Look at that. Just mastery. Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
So bossy.
So let's talk about what I've got done already. I'm shouting so you can hear me. Done. Okay. A bit of lemon juice went in there as well. Amazing.
Yes.
You have to brighten up. In here, I've got those Woolies oatmeal cookies, and I crushed them up a little bit of biscuit. Okay. That's going to be the base. What I want to do now...
The orange, the lemon juice, why?
Just to brighten all the flavors. You've got so much fat in there from your cream cheese, your condensed milk. A bit of acidity kind of just like opens up your palate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So half of this goes in right now.
So that's over the oatmeal cookies that you've crushed.
Over those oatmeal cookies.
Stuff.
Then we spoke about this magical kitchen in the Boerland, where these magical people hand make these biscuits.
Oh my word! And they hand make the rusks with the most beautiful ingredients. It's home baked.
It's home.
Like, can you imagine walking into there, just everything? The kitchen is warm and it's beautiful. It's delicious. It's in the air. You just every breath.
That's exactly how it is in this magical kitchen. Goodness. Look at this cookie. Okay, this cookie is not even like. Look at that.
Oh.
I mean, the rule when it comes to choc chip cookies, every bite must have a choc chip in it. Or else it's not a choc chip cookie.
That's true.
So this is the business, okay? We're gonna take our bag, and then we're gonna just crush these biscuits up, because that's gonna be the middle layer. It's all about layers, all about texture, just like life, okay? So we got that oatmeal cookie at the bottom, and then we got the choc chip, then we got that cream cheese filling in the middle, then we're gonna have the choc chip layer in the center, and then another layer. It's so delicious. What I love about this, you don't have to bake this. That's the thing.
Just give it a little smashing. There we go.
But what I do suggest is that you make this the day before.
Okay, so
because
that
it sits beautifully, and then it slices beautifully. A little bit of milk just to soften it slightly, because you don't want to have too much of a dry crumb. Also, when you start cutting, it's going to crumble everywhere.
And it's like chocolate chip cookies and milk are such a treat. Why don't you just mix them together right now, Rick?
On social media, like, do you not like choc chip cookies?
Why?
Like, who are those people?
Why?
Let's talk about that. Okay, cool. No, choc chip cookies are amazing, and these are the best. These are honestly the best.
These would not last a day.
What's the most cookies you've ever eaten?
You really want the answer to that?
It's not gonna be like it's not gonna be a gentle number. It's gonna be...
No. But like, and this is a different kind of cookie as well. Like, have you ever heard of dipochi? So they're called dipochi, and I think like some people like to call them. They're not scones, no. Dipochi. Somebody please tell me what
Educate
dipochi
me.
are.
What
But
is
anyway,
that?
so my grandma used to make these, man. Like, it's flour, egg, butter, and then she'd have grate the skin of an orange to give it a bit of a zestiness to it, and sugar to it. It would be just amazing. The whole house would just be smelling like cookies.
Oh.
Anyway, once they were made, I once had a plate of like 8, but these cookies are like this size.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So
with
1
you,
cup
like,
of
yeah.
tea and 8 of them. Just hum, and then at the end, just put them all in there, and then they form like this cookie paste.
Wow, I can see it. The emotion. Wow. Can someone get a close-up on that face, please? Wow.
There's a lot of that.
Love it. Feel
a
it.
lot of that.
Feel it, feeling you. Because food does that to people. Like, I'm most emotional when I'm around like my friends and family and food.
Yeah.
Man, I just get so emotional, honestly.
Yeah, and you know, when you're emotional, you celebrate. That's
All
what
right.
it's about.
So we got our beautiful, beautiful set cheesecake. I want to decorate it with these
What is that? What you got?
these chocolate things. Want to try one? It's early in the morning.
No,
okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Salted caramel, by the way, because why not? You just want to kind of dot this around there.
Come on, this is your birthday cake now,
Every
guys.
day we said it.
Whether
Every
it's your
day,
birthday or not,
just celebrate. Just celebrate.
That
Celebrate.
looks amazing.
How does that look? It looks so
That
amazing.
looks incredible.
I mean,
like-
I wish we had some people in studio to help us eat this, but I mean,
You know, we'll just have to do it on our own.
we just have to do it on our own. I mean, how does that look? It looks amazing.
Mountains of deliciousness, you know?
Celebrate. What do you
Just-
think? What do you think? What do you think?
Tectonic plates on the cake. I love it. I love it. It looks absolutely great. Try it out at home. The recipe is available, of course, on our website, expressoshow.com. And of course, don't forget to also be part of the daily difference in someone's life. Be part of the daily difference in a community's life if you can. Of course, during this time of COVID-19, there's a QR code on your screen that you need to scan with your SnapScan app if you're able to. And for as little as 10 Rand, donating 10 Rand to the Fill a Bag campaign, you are able to feed someone 3 meals for a day. And there's no telling what difference you can actually make if you just go and extend yourself a little bit further. Tell your friends about it. All of those friends on the Facebook groups, on the WhatsApp groups, challenge your family to be part of the daily difference. This is what Woolies is doing with Gift of the Givers, with this wonderful campaign called Fill a Bag. And it's a way in which we can all help each other through this very, very difficult time. So go ahead and do it. Come on. And you know what? When you're done scanning that QR code and making a difference, what do? You celebrate! Done.
wow, 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 wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just waiting for the mic.
Yeah.
So let's go for the top.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking. Time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty. Oh yeah, wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say, 'cause they're the ones who's coming up and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. Oh, the world won't get no better, no, if we just let it be. No, 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 no. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah, just you and me. Oh. Wake up all the doctors. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
In light of Youth Month, we are celebrating excellence in the academic field and those who are selflessly imparting knowledge to our youth for the benefit of their futures. With students returning to schools, they need all the academic support they can get. This morning, we are joined by the founder of Teutonic, Ilyas Amin. Teutonic is an online mathematics tuition consisting of student tutors who give free online lessons to all South African high school students. Ilyas is with us via video call this morning to tell us more. A very good morning to you, Ilyas. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm good, and yourself, Kuthi. Thanks for having me on the show.
I'm very well, thank you. It's such a pleasure to have you here with us. Please talk us through this online platform and what was the motivation behind starting this educational portal?
Yeah, so Teutonic is a free online tuition service that provides mathematics support to high school students. We started the program because we wanted to bridge the gap between access and quality education. There are many tuition systems out there that are quality-based but are not necessarily accessible. And the converse is true. There are many systems that may be accessible but not always of the greatest quality. So Teutonic tries to bridge the gap and connect the two by offering quality and accessible maths tuition to high school students.
Why specifically focus on mathematics? Do you cater for both pure maths and maths literacy students?
So ideally in the future, I would love to offer support to every single subject, but we start where the demand is greatest, and that's in pure mathematics.
That's fantastic. How does it work then? Can students make use of the platform straight away? How do they register? Do they have to pay registration fees? Like, how does it work?
So it's a free service. That's the first thing. It's a free service, and they can register on our website, www.teutonic.org, TUTONIC.org. And you'll see that the way Teutonic is structured is that we focus very much on conceptual understanding. And you'll see that we take the students on an academic journey, which starts with the generation of knowledge, the refinement of knowledge, and the application of knowledge. And we do this through various services. So, for example, our first service is number one. We offer students concept videos, which cover all the different sections in their maths syllabus from grades 8 to 12. So you could learn your entire syllabus from grade 8 to 12 in video form, explained by one of our Teutonic tutors. The second service is that you can take quizzes which test your understanding of the concept videos. And this is a way in which you can identify your gaps in knowledge and close them before you start with past questions. The third service is that students can actually practice questions, and our tutors have created videos, about 600 videos, just on them answering various questions that have been asked in past papers. The students can work through questions and then next to that have a solution in video format from one of our Teutonic tutors. And the fourth service is that students can actually ask us their own questions. They can send us anything that they're struggling with, and one of our tutors will respond to them in a way that suits their learning style the most. The fifth service is what we offer to matriculants, is we have live sessions every week where we work through problems together.
It sounds like a very interactive platform, Elias. Do other students have access to their peers' work as well?
100%. Utonic is a community platform. So if I were to make a video for a student, I would share it with the entire group. So we have a philosophy where one person's question is a resource for everyone in the community. So that's why you see our bank of questions that we give to students to work through. They all come from past students. Those questions that you're working through, that was asked maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago by another student, and we've just responded to that student, but we're sharing that resource with you so you can benefit as well.
You've mentioned that you work with a team of tutors. How many tutors do you currently have working at Teutonic? And also, are you guys still students as well?
Yes, so we have 18 tutors currently who are with us, and I'm busy training 6 at the moment. And they come from an incredibly diverse field. We've got some doctors, we've got engineers, we've got teachers on board, students doing the PGCE program, and we've also got diversity in the universities. We've got UCT, Stellenbosch, Wits, UWC, so it's a really collaborative effort across the universities because people believe in this program. They believe that through this program they can support, potentially thousands of high school students with mathematics from the comfort of their own home.
How would you motivate the youth of today, seeing as it is Youth Month?
So I would encourage the youth to make a list of the things that you're good at, and then make a separate list of the things that your society needs, and try and find a way to correlate the two, and let that be your passion. And I think that's how you change society. Some people enjoy maths, some people don't enjoy maths. Other people have other passions that they're good at. But you have to correlate your strengths with what your society needs. And I think that's the best way that we can do to change our current circumstances.
That is the best advice, Elias. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your morning to speak to us. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your morning.
Thank you. You too.
To all the students, make sure to go on to teutonic.org as well as their social media pages to explore this amazing educational platform for yourself.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for that. We're going to continue highlighting education in just a moment. We'll be chatting to a principal of a school about Youth Month, but feeling, I think, very impressed, but also empathizing with the learners who have had to go back to school. What an anxious time. I mean, I felt the stress having to go back to work. So I can imagine learners having to catch up with that work, but all the new normal that's attached to that as well. So we've asked you guys at home to let us know how it was going back. Our grade 12s and grade 7s, of course, the first to dip their toe in the water, but all of our learners will be staggered returning to school over the coming weeks, and we wanted to find out from you guys exactly how it went yesterday.
Absolutely. One coming through from Laura Rispin saying, "Good morning, Expresso team. My son returned to grade 7 yesterday. All was in order in terms of health and safety, but he didn't want to go back today because the majority of his friends will be homeschooling." Wow, interesting spin on that. Another one came through from Tracy Page saying, "My daughter returned to school yesterday and she was so excited to be back. She said it was great being back." Spreading the love there.
Yeah, I think for me it's all about the socializing. The more I've been able to reconnect with people, the more normal you feel. This one coming in from Shah Martin. "My son goes back today." Good luck, Shah. Good luck to your son as well. "Life has to return to normality, and we, the school and I, have made every effort to make sure that kids are protected." And I think the schools have done a fantastic job in getting that done. We know how difficult it's been as well. Tlaki Makhopa saying, "Good morning, team. My child went to school and everything went fine, and social distancing was the order of the day. I'm very happy at how things were prepared and hope they stay healthy." I think some of the schools obviously don't have the resources, haven't had the resources to equip themselves as well as others. So it's not like right across the board, but it seems like every effort has been made by schools, by learners. I suppose we were chatting just now about the difficulty when it comes to teachers being exposed as well. And I think the schools that have been most affected is where teachers have been infected in the past. But whatever the case, we need our learners to be able to finish their schools this year. So very brave to get back to school, and we applaud you, man.
Since the lockdown, colorful images of rainbows have appeared in windows across the world. The Crazy Store wants you to bring your rainbow artwork in store to fill their windows with hope. And for every rainbow artwork received, you'll get 10% off of your purchase.
Well, that's not all. Plus, a free helium balloon to take home. Now, rainbows are a symbol of hope in many cultures and promises of better times to come. So, go on and unlock the crazy at the Crazy Store.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The late Turkish leader Mustafa Kemal Atatürk said, "A good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others." And that is exactly what can be said about the principal of Nyanga High School in the Eastern Cape, Mr. Khulile Qamata. He served the school with dedication and hard work for 30 years and was appointed the headmaster in 2015. Mr. Qamata never allowed the limitations and disadvantages and lack of resources of being in a rural school stop them from excelling. This morning, the headmaster joins us to chat about the difference his students are making in the community and gives us a message for all the youth as we celebrate Youth Month. A very good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Unjani?
I'm fine, Kushe. Good morning to you. Good morning to the viewers as well.
Mr. Qamata, I want to take it back to the beginning for a second. What inspired you to pursue education as a career?
I must say, when I was at university, as I was doing my BCom degree, I really thought I was going to be an entrepreneur. But it was after I did the higher diploma in education and actually after my first year as an educator that I found passion in education, and also inspired by the fact that it's only education that can take a black child out of poverty.
Nyanga High School, Mr. Qamata, is known for its excellent students and achieving a 100% pass rate for its matriculants over the years. What would you attribute the success to? Is there something special that you are doing, that they are doing?
We are inspired here by, and we rally around the school's vision. We have a very strong and powerful vision, and that says Nyanga High School envisages to be a world-class institution that competes in producing holistic and well-equipped citizens that will positively change the world.
I love that so much. Above and beyond the limitations that you are faced with and lack of resources, you push to be excellent citizens. And when I miss it, Qamata, you have a very case-specific approach to, your teaching, where you ensure that teachers know students zabo personally and ukubana basuka up in terms of their backgrounds. What is the motive behind this?
Yes, the reason is that we are a rural school, and the learner, we need to know our learners for us to understand them. A learner might not be focusing in class because of a problem at home. That's why, for instance, we would do personal interviews with learners to understand who is staying with the learner at home, who looks at the reports, who assists with homework and everything.
And we know that lockdown Gogo has disrupted learning across the country, and virtual learning was encouraged to ensure that students do not miss out on the curriculum. We know that as a rural school who are under-resourced, most of the children don't even have access to online learning. How have you managed, sir, to bridge that gap for abantwana bakho to not miss out in schoolwork?
You see, we also have that challenge, but when we were told that we are going to close in March, we quickly formed 7 WhatsApp groups. We grouped our learners into 7 groups, and we had a fully fledged program. We could only use WhatsApp. That's the only resource that we had. So we had a fully fledged program where between 5 and 7 learners would go to the maths group. After 8 to 10 to the life science group, and so on and so forth. So we did that. They were assisted by parents with data, but there were challenges of network and everything. And later on, we then approached some friends of the school who are passionate about education. They donated 20,000. We could buy 100 Rand airtime for each learner.
Oh, wow.
And we could continue. But I must say, when May started, the levels of participation started to drop. That is why we were happy when we were told that on the 1st of June we would open, and we made sure that we opened.
Mr. Kamata, before we let you go, it's Youth Month and some students have returned to school as we know it. What message do you have for the youth of South Africa namhlanje?
This process, this time, is going to require a lot of discipline and a lot of an improved responsibility. Because now learners must be able to sacrifice their social life and ensure that they are not infected. In schools where there's no discipline, we are going to see challenges and schooling will be disrupted. So the best way of dealing with this, because we know about the virus, we know how it's transmitted, and we know how to prevent it. So we must do everything to make sure that you are not infected. So the learners must make sure that they do their best.
You need to be responsible for everything that you do and also be aware of your immediate surroundings. Nibe disciplined, niyeke into zestrato okwangoku, and focus on your studies. Thank you so much, Mr. Kamata, for joining us this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure. You have inspired us to look beyond our limitations and apply ourselves to benefit our community. We salute you and all other educators. Have a fantastic rest of the morning.
Thank you very much, Kusha. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, such inspiring work by Mr. Kamata, the principal. All the best to all the learners out there who have gone back to school. But hey, in the words of the great Nelson Mandela, Tuesdays are a good day to indulge.
Clover Crush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush your daily goodness. Now also available in long life. Made with love by Clover.
He didn't really say that. I made that up. I am saying that. And in keeping with the theme of indulgence in the kitchen today, we have yet another delicious pudding up our sleeves. But this one is baked. It's an interesting one. It's a carrot orange baked, crushed carrot and orange baked pudding, which proves to be the perfect zesty treat, combining a little bit of goodness and an indulgent spoonful. Yes, ma'am. Nicole Snelling is right here next to me. She's going to be sharing the juicy details on how to bring it to life. Nicole, how are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Good, thank you.
Today's your day, right?
Today,
It's just desserts galore.
Today you're on a roll. Today the kitchen is just dishing out all of these indulgent treats. It's so beautiful. Okay, so this looks so good. It looks very interesting. It's nice and thinly sliced. Then on the other side, it looks like you're making pap. So I don't understand how we got here.
So this will look like pap because it's butter and sugar that I've creamed.
Oh.
So it's just mixing it up at room temperature. That's what will make it mix a lot easier. Otherwise, you're going to get like butter everywhere.
Okay.
I did get a little bit of a mess this morning when I tried putting it. But it's okay.
I can imagine.
So we've got that creamed up already. So that's at least a big step that we've skipped over. So then you're going to take your orange. Because we're doing an orange and carrot flavor, we're going to add an extra zestiness.
Okay, I'm going to pause you for a second, just for anyone who missed this, because I missed the exact details of what went into that bowl. So you've got butter and?
Caster sugar.
Okay, butter and caster sugar, and that's it?
That's it.
And it comes to that texture after you've mixed it all up?
Yes.
Good.
So it's called like creaming. So you cream it together. So you just like whip it until it like goes like this pale white color.
Puppy, like pap-like color or texture.
Pap color, yeah. Okay, let's say if you've got like a little creamy pap texture, then you know
you're on the right track.
Okay, I like that. We use it in Tapiso terms.
And then you got your lemon there.
We've got an orange.
Orange,
yes. So just adding this beautiful fresh zestiness to it. This dessert, it's almost like a combination of a souffle, which is your egg whites that's been whipped, which we're going to do now, and like a mixture between that and a malva pudding.
But I like already smelling that citrusy flavor of the orange coming through. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
smells
get
so
that
good.
In there.
So this is all going in here, some fresh juice. Then we're going to add some egg yolks, which I've split over there. So look how beautiful, how colourful that is.
You did a nice job at that.
Yeah. So
10 out of 10 for presentation, Nicole Snelling.
You.
You're learning something from me.
Oh, is okay, I want to see you do the cooking.
No, it's fine. Less noise, please.
So we just added the egg yolks. Now I'm going to swap over to my machine to make this go a little bit quicker. So I've got 4 egg yolks in here.
Yeah.
Just going to whip this up. Done. Then,
okay, that was quick.
Very quick. Then you're going to add your flour, which we've got at 75 grams.
Well, if you want any of the steps and the recipe, go onto our website, www.expressoshow.com. We've loaded this recipe together with a whole list of ingredients to inspire you to create something magical in the kitchen. This clover, crush, orange, zesty, magical experience of a pudding that everyone is totally going to love. Nicole, what are we doing next?
Talking about the crush.
Oh, yes.
We're going to add
that crush in there.
Yes, 150 mils in here. So for you, you're going to use a measuring cup.
Yeah.
Me, I'm good.
You just hoy.
I just hoy.
just hoy.
So just going to whip this up with some milk. I'm going to do it quickly.
You make it all look so simple. You're so effortless at this.
Thank you. I try. It's got to be easy. You know, like I feel like baking shouldn't be overcomplicated. It needs to be something that everyone can do.
Yeah.
And that's what we try and do, is make something that everyone can make without having that very hectic skills. You know? And that's what we're trying to teach everybody, the basic skills.
You don't want the pressure. Less pressure, more enjoyment, more fun in the kitchen when you're baking. So what are we doing?
Exactly. So now I'm just going to whip these egg whites. So now I'm going to pull up this piece. So look how beautifully it's going to a stiff heat.
Nice little fountain of egg whites.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So just whip this up. You want to let it go a little bit more than that. So this is where I say it's like a souffle part. So you're going to fold this into our beautiful orange and carrot mixture. And once this is folded in, you're going to put it into a bain-marie. So a bain-marie, Tabiso.
What is that?
Tell me. This beautiful little contraption I've got here. So you've got your baking dish in the middle of a pool of water.
Okay. Why have you got the water in there?
So the water just allows it to bake at a more slower, even temperature. So instead of getting your heat on the outside, you're getting the water that's baking it instead of the direct heat.
This is smart. That's a smart hack. I love it.
Thank you.
I absolutely love it.
It's very, very culinary terms, but very easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's something you can do at home. And I would suggest when you're baking this, put it in warm water, because instead of it having to heat up now.
Over time.
Yes.
Okay, so the water will obviously boil, and that evaporation and the effect of the boiling is not going to affect your bake at all, is it?
No, it's just going to speed up the baking.
Oh, okay, we love that.
To heat up, yes.
We love that. The quicker we can eat this, the better.
The better, exactly. So you're going to just pop that directly into the oven, preheated 180 for 30 to 40 minutes, and that's it.
I love it. I love your work, Nicole Snelling, and this is what it looks like when you're done with it. Brought to life by our delicious Clover Crush 100% carrot and orange juice. This is packing all the goodness and all of the flavor, so if you do want to get it, go onto our website. It's www.expressoshow.com. I can't wait to dig into this. Today is all about treats because a bit later on this show, our very own Cat Factor is going to be singing a really delightful song, so you want to make sure that you catch that right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Clover Crush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush your daily goodness. Now also available in long life.
Live with love by Clover. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Over the past few weeks, we have covered the complex inner workings of our immune system and how it plays such a vital role from defending us from viruses and bacteria, especially now during winter. We've learned that when it comes to fighting off colds and flus, it's important we have a strong immune system and the right tools to give our immune system the help it needs. And we're about to chat to Christine Brassel from Adcock Ingram OTC on how Immuenza and Corenza para C are your perfect winter companions to get us through the flu season. Christine, a very good morning. How are you?
Morning, I'm great, thanks. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. None of us seem to have the flu as yet, feeling strong, feeling the immune system's in good rhythm this early winter. But I think we have covered so much about our immune system, how important the role that it plays in protecting us from nasty viruses and falling sick is. Maybe you can remind us why it's so important to take the time, put in the effort to build up a strong immune system.
Our immune system protects our body against infection. So it is the major defense form for the body, and it really is important that we actually, to obtain maximum overall protection of our body, that our immune system is built as strong as we can make it.
So we have two fantastic tools to help us get there. We've got Immuenza and we've got Corenza para C. Maybe let's start with what the difference between the two is.
Okay, great. Let's start off with Immuenza. Immuenza can be considered as a prophylaxis or a preventative measure. In other words, what I mean is that you don't have to wait until you are sick to take Immuenza. While you are enjoying good health, feeling strong, feeling great, you can take Immuenza as a preventative measure, and it will assist your body because it does assist in maintaining the immune system. Corenza para C, on the other hand, is a combination of ingredients that offer symptomatic relief when you have been infected or have contracted the common cold or flu. So the combination of ingredients work to reduce the symptoms you are feeling.
I've got to ask one particular ingredient that stood out. Immuenza contains beta-glucan. Why is that such an important ingredient in building a strong immune system?
Well, beta-glucans are naturally occurring substances which are found abundantly in bacteria and fungal cell walls. They also can be found in plants such as oats, seaweed and barley. And clinical studies have proven that they actually do assist and contribute to overall improved good health. They also may assist in helping the body when we do contract an upper respiratory tract infection. They may help reduce the incidence and duration of such an infection. And upper respiratory tract infections are really very common during the winter months.
For years, I've been relying on Corenza para C. How does that work? Why is it so effective in treating the symptoms of colds and flu?
Okay, well, as I mentioned previously, Corenza para C offers symptomatic relief in an effervescent formulation, which once you dissolve your one tablet in a glass of water, the combination of ingredients are able to treat the most common symptoms of colds and flu, which are pain, fever, nasal, sinus, and eustachian tube mucal congestion. So once those ingredients are absorbed into your body, they start working, and you will feel relief of those symptoms. The symptoms will be reduced or even suppressed. And obviously, after some time, usually about 4 hours or so, you will find that you may start feeling a bit congested or the pain or fever starts to return. And that is why you will find many cold and flu preparations offer an indication to be taken 2 or 3 times per day. But it is the combination of ingredients that take care of most of the symptoms you are affected with during a bout of cold and flu that makes Corenza para C such a great product to have on hand.
And it really does offer you, I mean, we can joke about it, but you can feel absolutely awful going through a bad bout of flu. So just getting that little bit of help to feel better is fantastic. I've got to ask, is Immuenza and Corenza para C for everyone, for adults, for kids, etc.? How can the whole family benefit from it?
Okay, both Immuenza and Corenza para C are indicated for use by adults. But just remember, adults always need to be in tip-top condition, remain in excellent good health, that they are able to care for their families during summer, winter, all year round, actually, bouts of colds and flu and anything else that's thrown at us in between. We really do need to look after and be responsible and have the strength and strong immune system to take care of our families.
I can certainly concur there. I've got two little ones and especially one that's a 3-year-old that is prone to getting sick, so you've got to stay strong. Well, after saying all of that, I hope you stay strong and stay healthy and that your immune system keeps you in good check throughout winter. But thank you so much for connecting with us.
Great, thanks so much.
With the immune system playing such a vital role, it's important that we take the right steps in maintaining a healthy and strong immune system to give it the care it needs this winter. Immuenza assists in maintaining a healthy immune system, whilst Carenza Parasi relieves cold and flu symptoms and does it fast.
Looking for immune support and relief from cold and flu symptoms? Immuenza and Carenza Parasi, your winter cold and flu companions.
Now, of course, charity is no longer just an act, so much as a mindset and a lifestyle, and especially important in testing times such as these that we find ourselves. And even the smallest contribution can make a massive difference. We know that for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is charity to you, Kat?
For me, it's extending yourself in the simplest ways, and it happens every day. It doesn't have to be like a grand gesture where you wait for somebody to come along with a, hey, this is what we're doing for charity.
Yeah.
You can do it every single day, and just sometimes even just sharing a kind word of empathy is showing a form of charity.
I concur those words. For me, it's just giving back without the expectation of receiving something in return, and you do it so selflessly, and you want to do it. You're not forced to do it because you want to better your community, you want to better the people around you.
Absolutely.
Now, with the help of Woolworths and their Full a Bag campaign, we are easily able to help supply those in need with vital food and sanitary items from as little as 10 Rand per person daily. How can you help, you may ask? Well, it's so easy.
Well, firstly, download the SnapScan app on your phone and safely register your account free of charge, right? Then your card's details are encrypted and, of course, will be safely stored on your phone, ready to use at your convenience.
And then scan the QR code on screen using SnapScan. This will instantly take you to the Woolworths Help Feed a Family donation page, where you can enter whatever amount you are able to donate and click Pay.
Simple and easy as that. Now, if you don't have SnapScan, then you can also use your own banking app to scan the QR code on the screen, or you can go ahead and visit woolworths.co.za/Together We Will for more information on how to make an EFT donation.
So far, Woolies has managed to raise 806,186 rands.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
That is massive.
Wow.
Now, this means that 1,300 bags and 273,203 meals out of their 1 million meals goals have been donated. Now, that's also very massive, but I need us to give a round of applause.
Another one. That's amazing. Yeah.
Now, although charity starts at home, it certainly shouldn't stop there. Challenge your friends and your family. Call out to your neighbors and communities and spare a thought for those unable to provide for themselves.
Yeah, act today and help to ensure a brighter tomorrow for all of us. And let's all build on the kind of South Africa that we want our future generations to live in. And let's start doing that today by filling a bag.
Thank you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Calling all music lovers, get ready for the first ever Beat the Winter Blues virtual music festival with Game and some of South Africa's most loved talent. Now, Catherine Madley, Vice President of Marketing, joins us with the inside scoop on this electric new campaign, all in a bid to keep the nation's winter blues at bay and to bring music to its loyal customers. And we're going to find out exactly how Game is partnering with local talent and local artists in the month of June. Catherine, a very good morning to you. How are you today?
Morning. Oh, very well today. Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Very exciting times indeed. I mean, we as South Africans know that we love our music very much. So tell me about why Game has wanted to create this first ever Winter Blues virtual music festival, and how is this a great platform for local artists now more than ever?
Oh, so we're really excited about this new idea that we have. It's called the Winter Blues, and the business has been rolling out the Winter Blues in our stores just to cheer customers up. And then we thought about pairing it with local artists. Our agency has discovered some really talented buskers around South Africa. So we're going to be having some in-store buskers in Cape Town, Durban and Johannesburg and Pretoria on weekends, which I really think is quite special. So I'm super excited about that. And then we've got some real great South African artists that have agreed to do some digital shows that'll be streamed live on our Facebook page. The first one is Art Matthews. She'll be joining us on the 10th of June at 7 o'clock. So we're really excited to have Art give everybody a beautiful show. Then Noza on the 12th of June at 7 p.m. on our Game Facebook page. And then Anu Carstens on the 17th at 7 o'clock. And then Majosi on the 19th of June at 7 o'clock. So we're really excited about joining these artists, and just something for everybody in South Africa at home to enjoy listening to these wonderful artists on the Facebook page. So thank goodness for technology.
and I'm sure something that comes at quite a crucial time for these artists as well, not just an opportunity for them to maybe earn something financially, but also to exercise their creative muscles and to be able to have an audience once again as the industry has come to a grinding halt as a result of the COVID-19 regulations across the country. Now, you mentioned some of those artists, the Anu Carstenses of the world, Art Matthews, Noza and Majosi. So how did you decide on these artists and how excited are they about being part of this campaign?
Yeah, we just got so excited when we saw what we could do here and just lift everybody's spirits through the winter. Winter's tough enough normally. Yeah. Now that we've got these social distancing rules and wearing a mask when you go to the stores and being apart from one another, we just thought it would be super to have South African artists cheer everybody up, and we were so excited by this great idea. And also we're going to have a Spotify playlist, which will be going live this week. A Game will be on Spotify, and you'll just have to look for Game on Spotify, and you can get all these lovely songs to listen to cheer you up anytime during these winter months.
Don't we need it all? Now, outside of the online performances that'll be streamed, when you go and visit your nearest Game store, you'll also be treated to talented local buskers, as you mentioned earlier on. They'll be playing music live in store. So tell me about the introduction of this element of the initiative, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, I thought this was also a very smart idea, because the busker is a musician that's alone. So from a safety and social distancing point of view, it's relatively easy to set a busker up in store at a safe distance from the customers and the staff, because it's just a single individual with their instruments all sanitized and ready for the stores. And I mean, expressly excited. This will only be in Cape Town, Durban, Johannesburg and Pretoria. But what we are seeing, because of the limits of customers in stores, and because Game is a one-stop shop, people are coming to Game for a bit of everything. So there sometimes is a little bit of a wait outside. So we've made sure that customers had chairs to sit on. We do that for the social grants, and we do that every week. for Pensioners Day on Wednesdays, students on Mondays. And, you know, we don't want people to be uncomfortable while they're waiting.
Yeah.
So we just thought it would be a beautiful idea to have a nice busker playing some tunes in the winter blues to you know, to help that situation as well. So we're really looking forward to that. It's a lovely, fresh idea to listen to some uplifting music in the store and in the mall.
Yeah, and I think customers can, of course, rest assured knowing that, of course, through this initiative, you're not encouraging, you know, social gatherings, but you are finding a way to uplift their spirits, all while upholding the regulations that we are under, whether on any risk level of the lockdown, which is absolutely amazing to know that. Now, you mentioned earlier on also that Game has a Spotify playlist. I've got to ask you, Catherine, I mean, we're talking about uplifting people's spirits and all these feel-good vibes as we are here on the Feel Good Breakfast Show. What is your favorite song on the Winter Blues playlist?
Sure. I'm a big Art Matthews fan.
Yeah.
Many years ago, I used to go to a place in Randburg called Chillers. People my age will remember that club in Randburg.
Yeah.
In the 90s, and that's where I remember listening to Just Ginger and wow, on Thursday night.
Oh man!
I mean, I can't pick a particular song. I mean, Majosi is you know, exploded onto the scene now with beautiful stuff, and you know, Arnu's always been a favorite as well. I'm a really big U2 fan, and he opened for U2, and I'll never forget that. That was also super exciting. And, you know, Norza as well. So, I mean, we're so spoiled for choice with artists and musicians in South Africa. It's a first for us. So, we'll just see how it goes. If we just invite everybody to come and listen to the songs and vote for the ones that they like and just really enjoy it with family and friends.
Well, I was about to take you back to your clubbing days and ask you to give us a rendition of what he means by Just Ginger with Art Matthews' powerful voice, but I won't put you on the spot. Don't worry. But Catherine, thanks so much for bringing us this amazing news, and congratulations on launching a wonderful campaign that I think is certainly going to just uplift the spirits of South Africans who go to game stores from now on. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much for the support from the Expresso show for this as well. I really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Now keep an eye on Game's social media pages for more details and updates on the first ever Beat the Winter Blues Virtual Music Festival and its online performance dates and times. And of course, this is something that you certainly don't want to miss out on. But if you're feeling the blues this winter, it's time to warm up, because we want to know what you'd go and buy from Game to beat those winter blues this season. So share your thoughts with us on our Facebook post and use the hashtags GotGame and hashtag WinterBlues to stand a chance of winning a 1,000 Rand Game Stores voucher. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com, and the competition runs until the 19th of June. And of course, remember that Game Store opening hours are Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, Saturdays from 9 to 5, and Sundays and public holidays from 9 to 4.
Thank you very much, Kat. Time for us to have some fun and games over here. We've got our coffee, we've got our brand new peanut butter yum rusks, and we're living our best winter lives. And in honor of those few seconds that you dip your rusk before it breaks off into your cup, we thought let's play a quick thinking game of 5 seconds. Here are the rules, okay? I've got a list of fun winter-themed questions, and the ladies have 5 seconds to answer each question with 3 answers. Each player will get their own question, but hey, they must answer within 5 seconds. The person who answers the most questions correctly within the time limit will keep the 2 boxes of Oma rusks. Do you understand, ladies? You need them.
I need them.
So this is how we're going to do it. I need you guys to assign yourselves some player names. What are you going to go by for this game?
I'll go by Oma.
Oma, okay.
Then I should go Rusk, no. I'll go Opa.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we've got Oma and Opa. Are you ready, Oma and Opa?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Let's start with you, Oma. Let's get the clock in. Name 3 things that you can dip a rusk in.
Coffee, tea, milk. Period.
Wow.
Wow.
That's good. Did it in 2 seconds. That was very good.
Stop the time.
So cut the clock. Cut the clock. Cut the timer.
Wow,
that was very good.
pressure.
Opa, you're under pressure now. It's on. Okay. Name 3 things you can do in the rain.
Sing, dance, and twerk.
Twerking is dancing.
It's a different
Okay, so
style of
basically you
dancing.
gave us 2 answers there. I'm sorry, Opa. Let's move on. Let's move on. Omar, name 3 things you love to do in winter.
Cuddle, watch a movie, and eat soup. Drink soup. Whatever you do with soup, that.
Okay. Okay.
Period.
I think our timer was a bit delayed there, but you would have certainly got it in about 2 seconds.
Exactly.
2.5 seconds. Well done,
Thank
Omar.
you
You're
so
on a roll
much.
and out of control. Next one, Opa. Name 3 places where you love to eat a rusk.
Can you just repeat the question?
Time up.
I didn't hear the question. I didn't hear the question.
Opa.
But I didn't hear the question. And that is not fair.
Okay.
Opa kan nie hoor nie.
Why is Opa not Okay. Omar, I'm afraid, Opa, you lost that one. But, Omar, this one's for you. Name 3 items you should always leave in the house, or rather leave the house with in winter. The timer starts now.
A jacket, your wallet, and your cell phone. Cut the clock.
Cut the clock. Cut the clock. Oh, Omar's on a roll. Okay, Opa, you need to start playing the game now.
Oh, yes, I'm in it now. Wait, let me leave my coffee.
Please, come on. Okay, name 3 celebs you'd love to share a coffee and rusk with.
Jeremy Nevis, David Beckham, Idris Elba, who else?
We said 3. We said 3.
We're not going to get that point if we continue.
That was it.
You can't mention 5 to make up for the answers that you got. Okay, so Omar, you are definitely in the lead here.
100%.
Name 3 things you shouldn't do in the rain. You should not do in the rain. And the timer goes down now.
You shouldn't sing in the rain. You should not twerk in the rain. And you should not talk.
No, baby, you got 2.
I got 3 on the dot.
You got 2.
I got that time on the dot.
You
I
got
said,
it from the
don't talk.
authorities. Our independent auditors upstairs are saying that you got 2.
So this is
Opa, let's go.
No.
Name 3 things you should never dip in tea. Timer starts now.
Your socks, you should never dip your fingers, you should never dip bananas. I don't understand what you should not dip.
Never dip your fingers?
Yes.
Bananas?
Bananas, because it's going to become squishy. And your socks.
What about your fingers? Why should you never dip them in your tea?
Because COVID-19
for real.
Omar, let's get it moving. Name 3 ways to keep warm in winter. Starts now.
Wear a jacket, wear a scarf, and wear a beanie.
Oh, baby girl, done. Cut the clock, cut the timer. Okay,
with
Opa.
5 points.
All right. For a point. Name 3 ways to show your partner you love them. And it starts now.
Cook for them, hug them, kiss them.
Oh, that's cute.
That's so
That's
sweet.
very adorable.
I almost want to give you a point for the times that you were sleeping. Jamie, you're on 11 points.
Thank you so much.
That's you, Opa. And Omar, you are on 12 points. And the winner of the Omar 5-second challenge is Omar Kute, and she walks away with the 2 boxes of Omar Rusk with the new peanut butter flavor. And
I'd like to thank my mom and everyone who has supported me during this very difficult time.
For everybody else out there, you need to go
Jamie.
and try the new peanut butter flavor. It's so, so delicious, as you can see, irresistible as well. But to stand the chance of winning 1 of 3 Omar Rusk's hampers with 500 Rand this week, we want to have you send us a photo of you dipping a rusk at either 6 a.m., 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. 6 a.m., 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. A picture of yourself dipping an Omar Rusk. The person who sends in the best photo for each hour will be the winner and make it onto our 24-hour dipping challenge leaderboard. You have until Thursday at 11 o'clock to enter the competition. What you need to go and do, go find that competition post and get your rusks and get snapping. Remember, T's and C's, they do apply. You can find them on our website. That's www.expressoshow.com. Congratulations, Omar.
Thank you very much.
Hare Opa.
With Omar Rusks, it's always dipping time. From the first thing in the morning right through to that midnight snack in bed. What is your favorite dipping time?
Okay. So I'm chatting to Umalume Musa here. He's owned a small clothing factory for years now, and he's always inspired me with his success. But like a lot of businesses, this lockdown's hit him hard. So he spoke to his banker, and they've put together a tailor-made relief solution for him to help his business and his people get through this. Making your bank your business partner, that's a habit worth keeping.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Thank you for staying with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on SABC3. Let's talk banking. You may think banking fraud is something that happens to those other people, but the hard truth is that anyone can be a victim. Fraudsters, they work really hard. They work overtime to constantly find new and very convincing ways to scam us and steal our money. And to help us spot the scammers is Dion Lowe, Nedbank's head of card and merchant fraud. Dion, good morning. Thank you so much for making the time.
Hi, Tabiso. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Dion, what are the latest methods that fraudsters are using to scam us?
Well, Tabiso, I think like you and I, most of us have spent a lot of time in lockdown, and we're not used to kind of interacting physically like we did in the old days, if I can refer to them as the old days. So we're all interacting more and more on digital platforms. We're buying goods, we're selling goods, we're interacting with our banks. And criminal syndicates have seen this, and they're kind of exploiting the uncertainties and the insecurity of clients who are new to digital, and getting them to divulge information that they normally wouldn't give away. And then they're taking that information and they're using that to obviously do card transactions, to access their accounts, or to steal their money on another way. And that's how clients are falling victim to this at this time.
And is there a specific profile for the type of customer, banking customer, that would be most affected? And on which platforms would they be targeted?
Oh, so unfortunately, everybody's a target at this stage. We're finding that syndicates are using what we call vishing, where they're making phone calls to clients. They're using smishing, where they're using SMSs. They send you a link. If we look at the vishing, we'll see that clients get a phone call from somebody pretending to be from the bank. They then say to them that there's fraud on their account, or somebody's trying to access their money, or that they're going to lose their loyalty reward program, and they need to act immediately by supplying some sort of information to the clients, to the syndicate. This information would be the kind of rest of the digits on a card number, the CVC number or the CVV number, which is printed on the back of the front of the card. And a lot of times they exploit the kind of technology that we use in terms of the OTP, the one-time PIN, or in Nedbank's case, the Prove It. And clients divulge this information, unfortunately, kind of while they're a bit under duress.
And, you know, the thing is, Dion, that these calls and these SMSs and all these links that they're sending through can be very, very convincing. But how will a client know then if a phone call or an email or an SMS is actually from Nedbank?
Well, I think clients must realize two things. One time is when the client is going to phone the bank because they want to do something. They want to get help with a transaction, they want to do some banking, or even when they are engaging with an online merchant because they want to buy something. In those cases, it would be clear that the client is actually transacting and interacting. It's the calls that you get out of the blue, the one that you're not expecting, when you're not banking, when your wallet is in the back of the car because you're traveling somewhere. Those calls that you need to be client for. I think when we call you as a bank, we've got all your information. We know who you are. We've got your ID number. We've got your card numbers in full. We've got your last payments made. We've got your last purchases that you've done. And we'll never ask you to divulge sensitive information like the one-time PIN, or we won't ask you to do an Approve It. We most definitely will not ask you for the security codes on the back or the front of your card at any stage because we don't need it. A lot of the time, the fraudsters say that they need this information to kind of process a credit or stop the funds. There's nothing like that. If you read the SMS, it will clearly say you are about to pay or you are about to do a sensitive transaction, and clients must take the time and effort to actually read these SMSs or one-time PINs or the Approve It message. It's vitally important.
This means that we all have to pay extra attention and be more careful when it comes to reading communication from the bank. Make sure that if you feel that it is somewhat suspicious, that you actually take a moment to pause. But if someone has fallen victim, then Dion, to a scam, are they able to get their money back?
Yeah, so I read this question and I think this is a difficult one to answer. There's unfortunately no yes or no answer on it. So what we'll do is we'll review each and every case we receive, and we'll deal with them on merit. I think people must remember, with the digital age, once a transaction is approved, there's no way we can recall that transaction. It doesn't mean that we cannot get funds back for you, however, but it's vitally important that you get hold of the bank as quickly as the transaction has taken place and tell us what's happening, so we can see if we can work in the background and secure or recover any funds for you.
And what about if someone feels that they are being targeted by fraudsters? What should they then do?
Well, I think there's two discussion points that we're having. One is vishing and one is smishing. Vishing is obviously the phone call one. If you're on the phone call and you get suspicious, simply end the call immediately. If you are falling victim to a vishing attack where you've kind of clicked on a link and you're putting your banking credentials into that link, stop doing that immediately. And in both cases, I think it's vitally important that you get hold of your bank. You can either stop your cards via your banking app, or you can phone the call center and tell them what's happened, be honest, and say this is what's happened. It's vitally important that we need to know what information you've supplied them, because we need to see if they're going for your cards or if they're going after your accounts, and what has happened in the background.
Dion Lowe, Head of Card and Merchant Fraud at Nedbank, you have been so helpful this morning. Hopefully these notes help so many of your customers and many other banking clients out there be more careful around transacting and, of course, paying attention to those fraudulent calls, SMSs and emails they might get. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Well, if you feel that you are getting a call, an email, or a message that is fraudulent, please do trust your instincts and do not share any personal information. Rather, go onto the Nedbank website or the Nedbank Money app and contact your bank through their official contact channels. Again, thank you very much to Dion Lowe. Stay safe and alert.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Some wise words. Now, before we get cooking again, some baking insanity is about to unfold in this kitchen. We are urging you, please, to help us help Woolies and Gift of the Givers reach their target to give 1 million meals to those in need at the moment, and there is a massive amount of need, and that's through their Fill a Bag campaign. They're making it so easy for you to do the right thing. Each bag is filled with a balance of protein, fresh fruit, vegetables, other staples, as well as, very important, hygiene products. And did you know that donating as little as just 10 Rand would provide one person with 3 meals for an entire day? So if you'd like to get involved, which I really hope you do, you can just simply scan the QR code on the screen right now with SnapScan's app and your banking app, and donate whatever you can towards filling a bag. Literally 10 Rand is enough. Every little bit does make a massive difference. Remember to encourage your family, your friends, your teachers, now that you're back at school, your neighbors, your colleagues, everyone you can about this. Just get people to do something. One small little step can make a massive difference. And if you're a lover of all things peanut butter, well, we're going to reward you right now because we have got a little insanity, as I said, in the kitchen. This next recipe is going to make your heart smile, I think. We are making a peanut butter choc chip pie.
Yeah.
Is that even a thing, Chef
your
Clem?
heart's going to stop, but then it'll come back and then it's going to smile.
And it's going to smile for the rest of the year. Have you lost your mind?
I really have.
Have you lost your mind,
I really have.
son?
But let me just start with the ganache first. So ganache is that chocolate layer on the top. I'll explain what everything is right now, but I usually work with the ganache first. In this pot, I've got some cream. I've heated it up, and I'm adding my chocolate chips to it. Okay, that's going in. That's going to make our ganache. It's going to be so delicious. Okay, let's talk about what's going on right now, okay? I love everything peanut butter.
I love peanut butter cups, the chocolate peanut butter cups, those famous ones that you get. So this is like that, but on, times 100.
So the thing about that famous peanut butter cup, the chocolate, we spoke about this, not the best quality chocolate.
Sure.
The peanut butter, not the best quality peanut butter. So take the flavors that you love, add the highest quality ingredients, which we get from Woolies, we know that, and you make this giant piece of love.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, let's talk about the layers.
Ridiculous. It is.
So at the bottom, I've got some chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
It's these bad boys over here. Okay. In love with them. Like, you just finish a whole box. Just do it.
Yeah.
It's okay, and you understand.
I'll use half of the layer at the bottom, and then
it's half the layer. The ratios
yeah.
are very, very important. Mix it up with some butter, crushed it, and this is the base.
Okay.
I love these type of bases because you don't have to bake them. It just sits in the fridge, which makes life so much easier.
The butter helps there just to...
The butter helps it sit, absolutely.
Okay.
That's butter and just life just helps you sit in general.
I know.
So yeah, you can imagine what does it do for your tart.
Better.
Then let's talk about that peanut butter layer in the middle. You can use crunchy, you can use smooth, you can use the sugar-free version if you want, because we are going to add sugar if you want to regulate how much sugar you're going to have in there.
Oh, now you're going to come regulate the sugar.
I've got to try that one. This is like now. Okay. But it's a peanut butter like filling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna add some salted peanuts to the middle layer as well.
Okay.
We all know this so well. Salty and sweet, even in desserts.
Rock
Boom.
and roll.
Brains.
Rock and roll.
Our brains love it. Okay, salted peanuts going into our butter that I've already started like beating up a little bit. Oh, sorry, let's just add the butter to this ganache as well one time, so we're just busy with the butter. So we get chocolate chips and cream, butter going in.
And the ganache, kind of a low heat, eh? You don't want to
Yeah, there's this very like cute saying that chocolate melts in the hand of a child, not on the stove. Which makes you understand.
And then all over your couch.
And then all over your
all
couch.
over their face. And then
Yeah, 2 kids, speaking from experience.
Yeah. I just had such a clear image in my head.
Oh, man.
I feel like phoning Lindsay now and asking what my boy's up to right now. Where is Jack?
No, man. Okay, peanut butter. I love crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah.
It's just like magical, but I'm going for the smooth right now because I'm adding the crunch with those peanuts in there. Like, I don't know, I'm obsessed with peanut butter. Peanut butter everything. Peanut butter flavored milkshake, peanut butter
I put it in my oats. I put it in my oats in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the level of my indulgence in my life, dude. So you must know how this pie is blowing my mind right now. I've been on such an intense kind of diet for a while now.
This dramatically today.
Me, man. This is breaking me, bro. This is like the nicest thing you've ever made.
A little moderation, it's fine. Okay, icing sugar going in there and a little bit of vanilla. So vanilla really works well with peanuts and peanut butter. It brings out the flavor of the peanut butter. It's not gonna make it vanilla-y, it's gonna bring out that flavor. So here we go with vanilla. This is extract, you can use vanilla paste. And if you really wanted to use essence, we're not being fussy right now, just get it in there. Okay, this is gonna be messy. Okay, maybe not.
I thought that was gonna just explode with the most dramatic.
I was ready for it. So if it's a bit thick, you can add a little bit of milk to it, just to smooth it out. But yeah, we know that we're really being indulgent, but I mean, it's not every day that we make these desserts.
Yeah,
and you're not gonna make it every day at home as well. But we are super keen for you to be celebrating every day, even if it's just like breaking it down with a song, like Kat, like we talked about earlier. Right now, it's so important to celebrate the small things in life.
Oh, completely, and we're going to be celebrating in style with Kat a little bit. I mean, we've been lucky enough to be treated to a couple of sound checks now. And he's got a very, I know all of his performances on the show are really special, but this one is really, really magical. Really, that's why he looks so swanky this morning. Look at that.
Okay.
No, it's going to be a really special one, especially for our healthcare workers, I think, and those that are kind of out there on the front line working. And we know that their life is going to get even more intense now as we approach kind of the crest of that wave. So, love it. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at?
Base done, nice and chilled in the fridge. This is delicious. You just smooth this over any cracks you have in the wall. It's gonna fix it. Any life problems you have, just smear that on there.
A good face mask.
Good face mask. I mean, it's gonna be so. This cannot not be the most amazing thing you put in your mouth. In fact, I'm just gonna go. No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Peanut butter layer going down. I like setting all my layers separately so I know that like the peanut butter is set really well before I pour over that hot ganache. Because you want to get like this beautiful layers, you want to see that.
You want to see the layer, I get what you're saying, yeah.
In order to do that, you have to set your layers.
And I like the fact that it's, and I mean this, you know, it's not a dig. I like it when it's quite rustic, when you kind of get the rough edge here or there, but you want to have those beautiful layers.
For sure.
From a taste perspective, so you move through one layer to the next layer to the next as you're busy. Your mouth is discovering the taste.
And you just, I mean, if you cry, it's okay.
I will cry a little bit. I'm going to go into a private room and cry a little bit after this.
Like we've spoken about this, the kitchen is a safe space. If you want to cry, you just let it out.
You tested me this morning, man. This is something, because peanut butter and peanuts, it's one of my flavor things. It's one of my vibes. So.
Trying to mix this really quickly. Okay, go. This is our ganache, which is just that butter, that chocolate, that cream. Slow-mo. Can I get a slow-mo? Can I get some beautiful music? I'll just make it up in my head. Okay, all you're gonna do now, spread that over your peanut butter layer. It goes to the fridge, no baking. It's that easy. I say about 4 hours later, you're eating a little bit of whipped cream, more peanuts on top. I'm sorry, but I had to.
And then you do it all over again and make another layer.
And another layer.
I know, because that's how you normally roll.
South Africa, if you want to treat yourself, this is how you do it.
Ah, man, even for you, this is indulgence. The winter indulgence at Woolies has just been taken to a whole nother level. Absolutely.
Celebrate. Celebrate.
Okay, so here's the thing. As you enjoy these kind of creature comforts at home and really do take cognizance of how lucky we are to be able to have delights like this and to be able to bake and cook and do this in our own kitchen, we want you right now to spare a thought for those who can't, and Woolies are making it so easy.
So easy. Scan the code, make the smallest donation, the smallest amount makes the hugest difference. Just do it.
And then reward yourself with a slice of peanut butter and chocolate pie. That is crazy, man. Please eat a slice so I can live vicariously through you.
You know you want to, South Africa. South Africa, just make it.
Thank you, thank you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And we're back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. It's time to celebrate.
Indeed, it's time to celebrate and ululate as we honor another first on the Expresso show. Dr. Mosadi Mahoku, who recently became the first black woman from Stellenbosch University to qualify as a plastic surgeon. On top of that as well, she was recently awarded the prestigious Jack Penn Medal for the best result in South Africa for the 2019 final plastic surgery examinations, an award that has only been handed out twice since its inception in 1995.
Wow.
Now, the good doctor joins us to talk about this achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa Boroka Bopara, Yululate, celebrate! Halala! Dr. Mahoku, a very good morning to you. So fantastic to be in your company.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Doctor, I want to start off with the 2019 final plastic surgery examinations. How important are they to your career? How do they work exactly?
Well, Kushe, this is the exam that qualifies you to become a plastic surgeon in South Africa. So it's absolutely vital to your career. Without passing this exam, you cannot call yourself a plastic surgeon. You know, and it's an absolutely rigorous examination to get through. It's, preparations start when you start your training as a postgraduate studies, and it takes anywhere from 4 to 5 years, depending on which institution you study at. And then in the last year of that training period, you really start hunkering down and training and preparing for this exam, which eventually culminates in sitting for a written exam, which spans over 2 days. And if you are successful in that written exam, you're then invited to a clinical exam, which also spans the whole day. You examine patients the whole day and give diagnoses and treatment plans. And so it's really quite an intense process that you go through to get to the other side.
Wow, incredible. Absolutely wonderful achievement there from you, Dr. Mahoko. So the Jack Penn Medal, that's only been awarded twice since its inception in 1995. Tell us a bit more about how meaningful this is, and was it something that you set out to achieve?
Well, Dr. Jack Penn is regarded as the father of modern plastic surgery in South Africa, really. He was one of the founding members of, the Association of Plastic and Reconstructive Surgeons of South Africa. He was the first head of department of the
Wits University Department of Plastic Surgery and has been instrumental in, establishing plastic surgery in South Africa and surrounding Southern African countries as well. And so, to have this award, which honors this great man, which has been sponsored by the Penn family as well, and only to be the second recipient of this medal in 25 years, it really is a great honor and accolade that no one will ever be able to take away. You just start beaming when you think about it.
It's really worth celebrating, hey?
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Incredibly. It's 25 years. It's only the second one handed out, but we understand that you weren't able to receive your medal at a formal ceremony. When do you expect to receive it?
No, unfortunately not. Typically, the medal is given out at a graduation ceremony at the Colleges of Medicine of South Africa, which is the body that, that facilitates the examination. And with the COVID-19 pandemic that we're unfortunately all facing, we find ourselves not being able to gather at these kinds of events, at celebrations and such. And so graduation was cancelled and I wasn't able to receive the medal. So as soon as the College of Medicine is open again and they're able to receive the public into their premises, I should be able to collect the medal and hopefully even in a later graduation ceremony, just go and strut my stuff on stage and collect the medal there.
And the accolades just keep on piling up, Dr. Mahoko. You're also the very first black woman plastic surgeon from Stellenbosch University. Absolutely incredible. You're creating a legacy of your own. How proud are your friends and your family of you right now?
Oh, my loved ones are ecstatic. And, it's been a kind of a double celebration for them as well, because obviously they received the news far earlier than everyone else did.
Yes.
On the day that I got the news, I informed them. And everybody's over the moon. And now, this resurgence and the attention that the award has garnered, it really is just making everyone's hearts beam with pride. And it's, as a woman, it's a step that you can say, look, other women can also follow in these steps. Plastic surgery is quite a male-dominated field, as I'm sure if you will even look up a plastic surgeon that you would like to see. So women are definitely coming to the fore. Black women are coming to the fore in the medical field and in the surgical field. So this, and to young people as well, I hope it serves an inspiration that if you work hard, if you reach for your dreams, you never let go, you never let anything tell you or anyone tell you that you can't be there, you can't do that. It is doable. It is achievable.
Sure.
I love that so much, hey? Dr. Mahoko, you have been an absolute inspiration this morning.
I've got to leave it at this to ask this. I mean, as the winner of the Jack Penn medal, and you mentioned that Jack Penn pretty much being like the father of modern-day plastic surgery in South Africa, what is the legacy that you want to leave for yourself? What are those achievements that you're looking, to have next to your name one day?
Well, Katlego, my goals going into the future, and I mean, I'm now at the start of my career in plastic surgery. I plan to be involved in reconstruction of cleft lip and palate deformities in young children, and tied to that, because they commonplace have nasal deformities. And then I also plan to do work in nasal reconstruction and even involve some of that work in cosmetic rhinoplasty. And, I would like to have a niche market where even the African nose gets the attention that it deserves, And, so I would like to be, if you call it, a pioneer in that field. But we have to wait and see what the world has to offer.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. Listen, what an incredible honor it is to have had your company for a brief few moments to not just celebrate your achievement, but also hear your insights. And we're wishing you all of the best in your career going forward, Dr. Mahoko.
Thank you very much.
Are you not inspired?
I'm so inspired, particularly because I am a young black woman and she's an awesome black woman doing amazing things in her specific career. So shout outs to Dr. Mahoko.
Celebrate! Yululate!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. It is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, as a Baptist minister and civil rights activist, he had an incredible impact on race relations in the United States, bringing in the mid-50s, and of course, through his activism and his inspirational speeches, including his seminal I Have a Dream speech. He played a pivotal role in ending the legal segregation of African-American citizens, and this was, of course, in the United States. And this is a quote we're going to be getting today, so do brace yourself for some inspiration coming through from Dr. Martin Luther King. But, of course, there's so much happening in the world right now. Where we turn our focus to the movement of Black Lives Matter.
Absolutely.
That's been ongoing, and a lot of that is inspired by the works of the likes of Dr. Martin Luther King. This is what he once had to say.
A riot is the language of the unheard. A riot is the language of the unheard, the minority voices, the voices that are buried, and that's why we see many of them, you know, happening currently around the world.
Ah, what a time to find ourselves in. And of course, the spotlight is on the hashtag Black Lives Matter. On Friday, the 5th of June, we celebrated Breonna Taylor's birthday, but she is no longer with us. Her time on earth was cut short as a result of police brutality, and we chanted her name and many others in solidarity protests across the globe.
Hashtag Black Lives Matter speaks out against police brutality, violence and systematic racism towards the black community, saying Black Lives Matter isn't equivalent to saying other lives do not, but rather that black lives should matter as much as others do.
And Associate Professor Zwelethwa Jolobe joins us this morning via video call to chat to us. Professor, thank you so much for making the time. You know, while we've heard... Good morning, good morning. While we've heard the phrase Black Lives, Matter before, the movement was recently returned to international and national headlines. How is this movement relevant in the South African context?
I think that whenever you have cases in the world against racism, meaning whenever in any context where racism does exist, any voice or any protest movement or any type of organization that seeks to talk out against that and that seeks to try to fight against that is always going to be relevant. And so if one locates it within with our context, about more than 25 years since the end of legal apartheid, there is, or we are, to a large extent, still a very racist society, but it's not racist in the sort of purely legal sense, right? It's more in the social, the economic sense, and so that means that any voices, any protest movements, organizations, opinions that seek to fight out against that is always going to be relevant, wherever it may choose to rear its head.
Professor, many people's immediate reaction to Black Lives Matter is, but what about all lives? Why is hashtag All Lives Matter problematic?
It's problematic to the extent that it seeks to downplay, or most importantly, to try to negate the fact that racism, in this case at least, is something that is faced exclusively by black people. And so we should see racism not so much in terms of, not only in terms of people's general attitudes, but most importantly as a systemic issue, meaning it is a way that incorporates people based on their race in a certain hierarchy within the broader society. And so to say that all lives matter is to simply say that, well, then we all do matter, and we shouldn't point out that systems of oppression do affect certain people in bad ways more than others. And so to say that all lives matter is in fact deeply problematic, because what it does is say that black people's experiences of racism, be they from a systemic point of view, or even be just trying to be in the world, is not as important and should not be highlighted.
Now, we've seen police brutality, and that's one thing, but systematic racism is not always as obvious as police brutality, which results in death. In what other ways, Professor, does it manifest?
Look, it manifests in ways that are perhaps in your face every day, right? So if one, if one looks at the majority of the workforce, for instance, some people have to be up at 3 a.m., wait 2 hours for a bus or for a taxi, take 5 taxis to work, do not have the general luxury of being able to, wake your kids up in the morning, make them breakfast, and you go and look after other people's children. You then finish work at 5 p.m., take another 5 taxis, and you're at home by 8 o'clock, and your kids do not have the luxury of being with you any day. That is systematic racism, and where it becomes problematic is that we accept that as a natural order of things. So we accept that people have to take 10 taxis. We accept that people have to work for a meager, every day. And so when we talk about racism as a system, it's not so much always the obvious things that we see. Like, for instance, somebody calling you a name, or somebody saying, you look like a monkey, or all these things. It's more those things that are so obvious to us that we even accept it. And that in turn entrenches racism. And so that means that some people are able to work, shorter hours, earn more money, are relaxed every day, and live a good life, whereas the majority of people don't have that luxury. And that is a very obvious, that is a very clear sort of illustration of what racism actually is. That we accept that people should live in certain appalling ways as a natural order of things.
Dr. Professor Zwele Tucholobe, of course, Associate Professor of Political Science. Thank you so much for that. I think there's a lot to learn around race relations and around the politics of all of it, but thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
It's very easy to look at the hashtag Black Lives Matter movement and believe it doesn't affect you. But systemic racism is a reality that so many people, grow up having to deal with. This doesn't end today or tomorrow after you post about it. It's time for everyone, and I mean everyone, to wake up.
Indeed, and here we have got a performance that is going to allow us to do just that. Maybe we are being pushed towards an awakening. And here to perform Everybody Wake Up is our very own Cat. Enjoy.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty. Yeah, wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. 'Cause they're the ones who's coming up, and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. Yeah. The world won't get no better, yeah, if we just let it be. Na 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah, just you and me. Yeah. Wake up all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and who catch all the hell. They don't have so very long before their judgment day. So won't you make them happy before they pass away? Oh, I say to wake up all the builders, time to build a new land. I
Expresso show made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
Just you and me, just you